What is up, guys? It's your buddy Jake here again. I'm on the Charleston lot. It is night 2 here at Charleston, and this is going to be a recap of last night's show and basically me getting there and all that good stuff. So last video I did, I was talking, I got out of the Peterson Event Center, went over to my car, and then I started driving. I got, a little bit of the ways out, and then I ended up kind of crashing, calling it a night, And then next morning, woke up, got back in the car, started driving. I think West Virginia or something like that when I crashed. So, drove through West Virginia, really cool, nice drive, honestly. It was like all mountainous, really nice scenic route. Stopped over at one of the scenic overlooks, and I'd gotten a quick shot of that and some shots of me driving around and stuff. Got most of the way down. I was a few hours out. I was going to stay with my stepsister, but then I kind of was like, I'm just going to chug through. So I got past her place, made it a couple hours out, and then the wook flu started hitting me pretty hard. I was feeling pretty sick, so I decided to just get a cheap hotel, paid like $50. It was like a Red Roof Inn or a Super 8 or something, and then I just crashed there. And then it was nice, got a nice night's sleep, edited up a video, and then hit the road again in the morning. Made it into Charleston around 2-3 o'clock or so, and then in my hotel, bought my my stuff inside. And then took a little naparino and woke up, headed over to the show. And I got there pretty late because I drove almost all the way there, realized I forgot my wallet, turned around, had to get it. So I got over here a little later than I would have liked to. I got here maybe 6 o'clock. Parking was pretty much full, so I parked at like this church parking lot. They were doing parking lot. It was free. Walked over, and probably around 6:30, closer to 7, when I actually got over to the lots. So I honestly didn't get very much footage at all. I got 2 shots total and no interviews. So luckily we got 2 more days of it down here. So we'll bring this to the lot and see if we can make up for it and get some more interviews. So bear with me. I'm fighting through the wook flu. My voice might not sound optimal, but this is basically how the rest of the day went. So lots in Charleston were absolutely huge. I think it might have been the biggest lot scene I'd ever seen. There was just this whole section of the parking lot. There was 4 or 5 rows of long parking rows just filled with vendors on either side, tents all over the place. I couldn't find the shakedown at first because I parked completely on the opposite end of the venue, and then once I got there, I saw tents in the distance, and I got closer and closer, and I was like, holy crap, this is huge. So massive shakedown, gigantic shakedown. And there's just a lot of fingers in the air for this show. A lot of people looking for extras. A lot. I'm even looking around now, and anywhere you go, there's people looking for extras by the gates. I'm kind of parked in this. I'm not even on the main shakedown lot. There's people all the way out in the corners of the lots here, walking down the row of cars, looking for extras. I had someone who had sold me my Providence Night 2 ticket, and he was actually looking for a ticket for tonight. He ended up buying one for $200, so I don't know if that's what they're going for, or if he paid a little bit more than he should have, or I don't know much about what the prices are for them. And yeah, just a lot of people looking for tickets. So I walked around Shakedown a little bit. I got one shot of the rows of the vendors, and then just kind of checked it out, more so scouting it out for today. And went and headed into the show, basically. So when I got in a line, it was a pretty long line to get in. This is probably 7:30, a little after 7:30 or so. And they wouldn't let you bring water bottles in, so I just gulped it down and then went in. So it was all GA at this venue, which is awesome. I love all GA venues. I mean, Hampton is like this too. You can just go and sit wherever you want. I heard they block off the floor after the fire marshal thinks that there's too many people. So I'd heard that there'd been crews down there, and a couple people had gotten out of the floor and then went back and had their spot saved from, and then apparently they had, shut it down, wouldn't let them back in. And, that's kind of one of those, you can't be mad at the venue or anything because, you can only have so many people down there. It looked like an absolutely packed floor. It was crazy. I mean, people on .net were saying that it was just shoulder to shoulder, almost uncomfortably packed, and that's kind of what it looked like from the seats. So I just kind of went up for first set, got a spot in the high 200s, basically straight on shot to the stage. So I was looking where I was at. It looked really nice. I could see everybody down below, and I could see the stage and the lights very well, so that was awesome. Set 1, they opened up with Carolina, a cappella tune. Very fitting considering we're in South Carolina here. And then after that, party time. Nice, good, kind of get people fired up kind of tune, you know. And then they played Strawberry Letter 23. I was happy to see Undermined. First set had a good amount of like old kind of tunes, you know, older tunes. You know, Divided Sky, Sloth, My Friend, you know, and then like the mid kind of late 90s tunes, you know, Destiny Unbound, The Horse, Silent in the Morning, and it had a David Bowie in there. Just a good mix, good eclectic mix of tunes from different eras, a couple new tunes as well, and the crowd was just very hyped for this, you know. And I think that the weather being so nice down here and the Southern fans not getting too many shows, they're here and they're ready for it, and they're just very responsive to everything they played, on like a good mood, hyped up for everything, so that was nice to see. Then they had a set break, walked around a little bit. In the area I walked into the venue on, you kind of walk up this big ramp, and then you turn, and then you get in the venue through like this balcony type thing. And that was a whole like smoking section for set break. And it was nice because it wasn't too crowded for people. A lot of people could fit out there. Over towards the outside of it, away from the door, it wasn't very crowded at all, so that was nice. It was a nice little, you know, something to do during set break if you don't want to sit in your seat. And then, yeah, went back in, this time for set 2. Book flu was starting to hit me pretty hard, so I just grabbed a seat behind the stage, up in the high 200s, where it was kind of, you know, more spacious. I wasn't, like, cramped in, and it was a nice place where I could sit down and just kind of chill until the set started up. So I was over there, and then, for music, they opened up set 2 with Axilla. Just a big party arena rock tune, get everyone all fired up. After that, Sense and Subtle Sounds. Very nice jam in that one, very cool. I think it was the longest jammed out version of it in 3.0 or something like that, but it was a really good jam, and it like flowed kind of like seamlessly into No Quarter, which I really like to see. I think a lot of people do too. Paige is really a good fit for the keys and singing on that one. Then nice little Your Pet Cat, little extended jam on that. Kind of a nice funny sample tune where Paige gets to go a little wild with the samples. Then Mercury, really cool jam on that. Saw It Again. Limb by Limb was probably jam of the night. Then the end of that Limb by Limb jam kind of got a little bit more, I don't know, I guess outish, like nude territory. It got pretty spacious towards the very end, and it was like all fresh, new kind of stuff, because, you know, earlier on going into a lot of these jams, they kind of start off in their kind of I don't know, the kind of like musings that they'll go to regularly, like riffs and progressions and sort of things like that, so that was nice to see. Then the Lizards and Susie Greenberg to end it out. Encore, Bittersweet Motel, Death Don't Hurt Very Long, and then Loving Cup to end it. Good show, very good show. Above average, definitely. I don't know if I'd put it on the same exact tier as Providence 2 and Nassau. It's pretty close to it, though. It's definitely above average show. Yeah, I'd probably say like 3.75 or 4 stars. Just a lot of fun. The crowd was loving it, and just very nice. It's really cool to be down here because the whole area around the venue is just huge, and it's kind of like, I kind of think of it in the way of like SPAC, where it's kind of spread out, but it's not as like woodsy and stuff like that. There's just a lot of parking lots, and basically any direction of the venue there's an area you can go out and walk outside of, and over by the venue itself it has like really cool, like kind of modernish architecture. So I don't know, it's fun. I really like it down here. So that'll about do it for night 1. This is probably gonna be a shorter one, and then I'm gonna go hit the lots now for night 2. Get out there, try and get as much footage as I can, interviews. I got like 1 or 2 lined up. Let's get it all good for the documentary. Try and cover as much as I can. So that's about it. I'm Jake. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on lot.